Yo, what's going on, guys? Havoc here now, back, and welcome to Clash of Clans Mythbusters. Yeah, we're back at it again, testing ye old myths, or let's be real, testing a bunch of glitches and interesting interactions. And hey, if you got any more things you want me to try, drop them down below for a future episode. With that said, let's get right into it.
Let's do this.
Myth. In a raid weekend, if you place a graveyard spell on a pool of water, there will be no skeletons that can spawn from it. Alright, the answer sounds a little obvious here, but then someone replied, then could a frost spell create land for them to spawn? Okay, I gotta try this. Myth confirmed. You learn something new every day. While the skeletons not being able to spawn on water felt a little obvious, I was not expecting to create an iceberg where tons of skeletons are trapped with nowhere to go. And the more spells you drop, the crazier it looks. But yeah, when you think about it, it makes total sense because what the frost spell is doing is basically just making the water not water. And if you recall from the tutorial, this can be used as sort of a bridge. So what I found in this scenario is that if you get the frost spell too close to land, the skeletons will walk over to the grass. Myth. You need all 5 builders upgraded to at least level 2 to upgrade to Town Hall 18. Myth busted. That would be messed up, but luckily you don't need to upgrade any of them, ever. In fact, you don't even need 5 builders, you can get there with 4, 3, even just 1. I know it's possible, I've seen it all. Of course, unless you're rushing, no one is out here doing this, right? I mean, why would you? More builders is always better, and they're even better when they're upgraded. It's one of their main functions these days. But it is interesting to know anyway. The builder huts are one of the only buildings that ignore the build requirement, and it makes sense. Even though most players can usually get them all for free by just saving gems that the game gives you, it would be terrible design for them to force you to get them all before getting to any town hall. At the end of the day, everything you buy with gems is supposed to be optional, and it seems this applies to builder huts as well. Myth. You can put buildings under the grass in the builder base by swapping it with a stashed decoration that was placed from the shop. Myth confirmed. This is clearly a bug that has gone unnoticed because normally placing anything on top of the grass will instantly get rid of it, no matter if it's a decoration, building, or a trap. However, for some odd reason, this doesn't apply when placing a stashed decoration. It'll end up under the grass, and then you can swap it with anything of the same size. Now, you can't really hide anything. Everything is taller than the grass. Even some things that look like they are slightly taller, except for the Battle Machine altar, which I do remember seeing a replay of someone encountering this. But it doesn't look like it's of any concern to Supercell, as this trick has been around for years now. And it's very situational, you have to do it under the right circumstances. Myth. If you activate a hero boost potion or a mighty morsel right before war day starts, your heroes on defense will be maxed. Myth busted. Alright, to be fair, this did seem like a bug long ago with how the boost interacted with base snapshots. However, this is not how it works. I tried this with a hero boost and a mighty morsel in different wars. I activated them right before the war day started, and the heroes on defense were the same level they were before. Interestingly though, with the mighty morsel, they did have that boost effect on them, but as you can see, they weren't actually boosted. Even in the attack, they were not boosted. I did not try this in a Clan War League, but I'm going to assume that the results would be the same. Myth. Today's video is sponsored by Rise of Kingdoms. Yeah, that is confirmed, and not even gonna test it. If you're a returning player, this is honestly the best time to come back because this month they're launching a brand new update with some of the most free-to-play changes yet, especially aimed at helping returning players catch up. Like one of the most iconic starter commanders, Sun Tzu, making a return as a prime commander, which is basically like a way better version of him. One of his skill sets is getting entirely reworked into this powerful AoE skill set, which absolutely slaps. And hey, if you're worried about having to upgrade him again, that is a thing of the past because you'll be able to reset any commander's stats and dump the resources into another. So from day one, you can have a very powerful Sun Tzu Prime. They're calling it the regret button, and it works with any commander, allowing it to catch up in 1 year of progress in 1 day. Another thing that's coming within the Jeweler's Jaunt event is an equipment catch-up system, which is a way for new or returning players to catch up on years of grinding for top tier gear. That's what makes this the perfect time to return. With the combination of one of the best commanders coming back as a prime, being able to reset commanders, equipment catch up, you don't gotta worry about in what state you left your account way back when. Returning is gonna feel like a breeze. So hey, definitely check it out with the link down below. So let's get back to the video. Myth. An invisible royal ghost will still walk through walls if the invisibility runs out. Myth confirmed. So he can walk through walls at any point, he just chooses not to, huh? But seriously, what's going on here is the same thing that happens with jump spells. Because walls block the deployable area, troops can't just stop there, they have to keep going. The same thing also happens when a troop steps outside of the Grand Warden's heroic torch. They'll just keep going even if they aren't in the aura anymore. This is exactly what's going on with the Royal Ghost. Normally he can't walk through walls unless under the ability, but he can't stop, so he keeps going. Myth. You can clone the Minion Prince's henchmen. Myth confirmed. Alright, I don't know if I should be embarrassed to admit this, but today I found out. I mean, it's not that crazy, right? Because they are troops after all, so of course. But still, I guess it's one of those things that no one does or even thinks to try because why would you, Why would you clone the henchman? Myth. When you activate the Spiky Ball ability on a king equipped with Angry Jelly, the ball will only target defenses. Myth busted. There was once a similar theory about if the frozen arrow was affecting the giant arrow when equipment was still new, but it doesn't seem like equipments will ever function that way. The pets, equipment, and the heroes themselves are totally different things that don't talk to each other. I would imagine if Supercell did allow this kind of synergy to be possible, certain equipments and pets would be incredibly busted. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. Myth. Totem spells are affected by spring traps. Myth confirmed. They don't ever get old to seeing a totem fly up into the air. Yes, they are affected by spring traps, but only if another troop activates it and it has a low enough HP to be flung up. This is because the totem is basically a troop in terms of like how defenses and traps see it. So under the right circumstances, it'll get sprung up into the air like any other troop. I covered this in one of my facts videos a while back, but just in case you missed it, I think this is an interesting one. Myth. In the builder base, if you drag the builder hall to the second stage, instead of the builder following it, he goes to the same position on the first stage. Myth confirmed. The builders usually follow wherever you drag their hut or any current upgrade really. The trees, out in the ocean, even outer space, everything's a go. That's why I thought it was so weird to see him not follow something. He begins to, but if you drag it too far, he'll turn around and go exactly where that is, but on the other village. It's quite fascinating. I've never seen this interaction before. I'm not sure if I'm the only one that finds this interesting. And I'm curious on why exactly that happens. But hey, I'm not a developer, so I have no idea. Myth. If you tap on the king in your village, the music will briefly mute while his sounds play. However, the music only mutes if the king is in his default skin. Myth busted. Alright, it does sound like it's definitely muting the music with the default skin, right? But if you listen closely, you can hear it's not muting it at all. It's just lowering the volume. If you turn down the in-game sounds, you can hear it adjusting the music's volume as it plays the sound. This could have been a myth, half true, half right type deal, but this doesn't happen with just the default skin either. It turns out it does this for a lot of skins, but I found no pattern in it. I guess this is programmed on a skin by skin basis. Why? I have no idea. I don't even know if this information will ever be useful, but now you know, I guess. You're welcome. Myth. If you go to village edit mode and put it on scout mode and swap a builder hut with a Tesla, the Tesla will appear in scout mode. Myth confirmed. Okay, but why does that work? And most importantly, how did you find that out? But it's a neat trick nonetheless. I mean, I'm not sure why you'd ever need to do that. Maybe you want to take a scout picture but show the Teslas. Who knows? In that case, now you know how to do it. But yeah, that wraps up today's video. Those are the myths I got around and try. Like I said in the beginning, feel free to drop your own down below. You guys have been commenting some pretty fun stuff to try. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. But hey, before you go, YouTube thinks you'll like this next video, so why not check it out? Or if you want to watch the previous Mythbuster videos, the playlist will be down below in the description. As always, I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.